Hey everybody, this is Dax. You. Glad to have you back. So I was watching Netflix a little while ago, and what I was watching kind of sucked, and I can't watch The Marvelous Miss Maisel because I'm waiting for my daughter to finish the first two seasons, and she wants to watch the third season with me, and I really like that show. So my brain is three-quarters fried from a day's worth of work, and so I can't write in my novel, but I can do reactions because that's just emotional, man. So Jeff LeBrun, one of my subscribers, and I think Cool Breeze Productions also recommended this. Cool Breeze has recommended so many good things. So Cool Breeze, I'm sorry if you didn't recommend this. But anyway, this just came out yesterday, so I thought it'd be good to do a reaction on something that just came out. Because I go back so often and I'm so far behind the times, as all of you know. So this was put out by Genius. I did a little research on Genius, and they evidently have been around for a while off YouTube, on YouTube. They do a bunch of stuff. They're doing a whole bunch of sort of music explanations by artists, which is really cool. I pulled this up just to look at the first image, and it has that cool yellow backdrop, which highlights the singer. So I really like that. So it puts all the focus on the singer and the mannerisms. So Grace is going to explain, evidently, her song, I Don't Like You, But I Love You. How many times have we said that? I don't like you, man. You know, I love you, but I don't like you. So I'm really looking forward to hearing how Grace explains this. It should be probably a little bit sort of extemporaneous and funny, knowing Grace. So let's jump into this. So here we go.
I always escape through relating to music, and there are hateful songs, there are lovely songs, but like I couldn't really relate to any of those, and I really needed something where it's like, I have so much respect and I truly love you. Like, I have love for you. I just hate you so much. Like, you. I don't like you,
Like
but I
you.
love you. Like, I would take a bullet for you, obviously, but like, just don't talk to me.
I love her voice. I love you, but just don't talk to me.
So I walked in, I was like in an angsty mood. Like, I normally like to just play music and just kind of riff off, almost like a jam sesh, like a freestyle rap. Like, you'll take a line and then someone else takes a line. You're like, oh, you'll take a line. It's kind of the same thing, except pop. Here we go again in the same story. Follow the routine until we say I'm sorry. It's so frustrating when you're kind of in a confrontational, toxic relationship with someone. After so many times of it, the tension building up, then screaming, then crying, saying it's never gonna happen again, tension building up, then you scream, then you cry, say it'll never happen again. After a while, once you get to the tension building up screaming part, you're just like, I already know what's gonna happen next. Like, we're gonna cry, we're gonna say it's never gonna happen again, it's gonna happen again. It's exhausting, I'm over it.
Yep.
Hands are shaking till I just look down at the floor. It's like the same thing in the process of the screaming to the emotions part. I can feel physically that transition. My hands will go tingly, and like I can feel my face getting hot. Like, I can feel the blood rushing to my face, and like when I look down, I can almost like feel the pressure under the skin around my eyes. I get really puffy eyes when I get emotional. Face is turning red and eyes are going puffy. You ask me why we're yelling, I come up with nothing. Your insecurities are pulling you back, but please no. The insecurities from both parties in a toxic relationship affects it greatly and can intensify the whole toxicity of it. I feel like this is because it's that same like underlining tension that kind of lingers through every situation, every room you guys are in, and I feel like those insecurities feed into that so much because it's those little things you pick up, like on Tuesday you didn't look at me when I was talking to you. And like, that's an insecurity. Like, that comes from the other person because I was probably not even thinking about it. And that will just add to that buildup until it explodes again.
Yep.
I love you, but I don't like you. And the simple truth is I can't do this though I try to. I love you, but I don't like you. And I can't show you out, so I'm shutting my mouth, but I'll never despise you. I just don't like you. I want you to be happy. I want you to thrive. I don't despise you. I don't hate you. It's just like, go away. You know?
Yep.
We pour our souls out about the past months by just trying to talk about lunch. I can't even talk to you because every time we talk, we can't talk about anything. It's like, hi, how are you? And then 5 minutes later, all of a sudden, I'm crying, you're crying, and I'm thinking in my mind, like, how did this even escalate this quickly? And all of a sudden, we're talking about how you didn't look at me 2 weeks ago when I was telling you my story about what I saw on the news channel. And it's like, well, you didn't, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, how did this even, we were just talking about lunch. Like, I'm thinking in my mind, like, getting aware of the situation, like, I don't even know how, why, whatever. Like, why is this happening? And every single thing we say is gonna start a new war. And I'm exhausted from this tug of war of words. For the whole tug of war thing, that was actually a really frustrating line to write because I really wanted to say that because I really love the image that it put in my mind of like, you get a little comeback and then you get a little comeback and then you get a little comeback and it kind of never ends if you both have the same strength. I tend to, if I'm in a toxic relationship with someone, they tend to be a lot like me. If I'm right, I'm right. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, that's the statement. That is the statement. That is the fact. I'm right, so you can't tell me anything otherwise. So if I meet someone just like that, it's almost like a tug of war because you have the same strength. It was really frustrating though, because it's like, tug of war of words, so we like needed to like figure out how to make it sound normal singing it. When you said I don't care for you, it got worse. We both know it isn't working, but I still put you first. And ooh, we both refuse to lose. We both refuse to choose the higher road. Which way we go? Like, I will not back down. Even if the argument is over, I'm gonna walk away knowing that I was right. And I feel like if someone else is like that, it's just, I don't know, I don't have the words for it. It's endless. It's just like, we both will refuse to lose, so what's gonna happen? This is gonna sound really sad, but like, music isn't magic. If music could cure your problems like that, everyone would become musicians. So it definitely didn't cure my problem, but it did feel and still does feel amazing.
Goodness gracious, she's so freaking mature. The way she talks, listen to her voice. She's so even, so rational, so circumspect. She's got so much gravity and introspection in the way she talks, and her being able to sort of third person look at herself. You know, she says, you know, we're too much alike. I know I'm right. I know I'm right. And if he knows he's right, you know, and she says, I walk away and I know I'm right. And if they know they're right, never the twain shall meet. Man, and she just so much confidence. You know, a lot of people say, well, you can't know that you're right. And if you go through your life thinking that you're just right all the time, well, then that's going to be a sad state. That's hubris and everything else. But I mean, don't we all think that we're right? Grace at least has the honesty to say, I know I'm right. But I think she also, from what I've seen from her, is if somebody approaches her and says, no, you know, I think you're wrong, she'll listen. And I think that's the best way to be. Figure out what you want to do. Figure out what you've done. Know that you're right about what you're doing. And then go for it. You know, as Grace said in the Zach Sang interview, you know, it's like the producers of AGT she thought she was the most difficult person to work with on AGT. But she said, they will let you do what you want to do if you put your foot down, if you make it clear that this is what you're going to do. I know I'm right. Grace knows she's right. She's saying clay instead of a follow-up on I don't know my name. It was the perfect decision. She called it intuition. Okay, whatever. But the fact is, she knew she was right, and she was by dang right. It was clay. It was clay that convinced me that she had to win that competition. I was pretty much there anyway, but after clay, it was over. And the reason she did clay is because she knew she was right. And in this world, if you don't know that, you'll never get anywhere. I mean, I run 2 companies, and I have to know I'm right. That doesn't mean I don't listen to anybody else. I have to. I listen to dozens of people every week. But the fact is, when it comes down to it, I have to make a decision. And I have to make a decision that I think is right. Grace talks about this so effortlessly. I mean, she's so sweet when she does it. She's so adorable even when she says, I know I'm right. Anyway, this is a fantastic interview. 6 minutes. And I love the intermingling of her talking about the song and then her singing the song. I love the mixture of rationality and art. Just gorgeous. Love the backdrop. Love her face. She's got perfect skin, perfect expressions. It's just a joy to watch her talk, as it is a joy to watch anybody who's beautiful and expressive and artistic talk. So this was just a fantastic 6 minutes. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. It really gave me an insight into Grace. I mean, she's so together. So one of the things that really surprises me about Grace is so many people who are together are not very artistic. You know, most artists are like, they have this angst and they're like, oh, I had this breakup, and, you know, sort of the Billie Eilish type stuff, you know. They're either mad or the mad Eminem, you know, or they're, you know, angsty or whatever. Grace puts it into this fabulous sort of pastiche of art. And it's extraordinary. And even when it's sad, it's uplifting. That's genius. So anyway, really enjoyed it. Can't wait to hear what y'all say about it as well. And I might just do another video tonight. Who knows? Anyway, look forward to your comments, and take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you on the backside. Take care of yourselves. Bye.